Hello, my name is Craig McDonald. I'm a Professor of Informatics here at the University of Canberra. Now, informatics is that funny discipline that covers a whole range of different informatics professions: librarianship, information technology, software engineering, archives, records management, information systems building, Web 1, Web 2, Web 3. So we study and research in all of these different fields. But what I'm going to talk about for the next few minutes is the profession of computing in particular. Now, the profession has a professional body called the Australian Computing Society, and it has a code of professional practice and a code of ethics. And in these codes we try and say what's really important in the behaviour of a computing professional. And what I'd like to do is just talk about a couple of those points. Most of them you probably already know, things like being honest, being straightforward and not misrepresenting yourself. But there are a couple you might not, so let's have a look at those. The first one is that the Australian Computer Society is very keen on computer professionals working for the benefit of society as a whole, rather than working for particular sectoral interests. Now, what I mean by sectoral interests is your own personal interest. That is, you can't put your own personal interest above the interests of the society, but it also means not putting your organisation's interest above the interests of society. So you simply cannot do illegal or unethical acts which benefit your organisation if it's to the detriment of the society at large. But professionalism is a lot more than this fairly strong ethical base. It's more about your behaviour. Now let's have a look at it. I was renting a car the other day, and before me there was a person who was arguing with the manager. There was something wrong with their licence, or there was some other difficulty that they were having. This manager was cool, and the person on my side of the counter was angry and offensive and really chucking a bit of a tantrum. And the person on the other side of the counter just explained the situation, explained it in different words, remained calm, and despite all that barrage, when I was eventually finished, she turned to me to handle my account, and I said to myself, oh, this is going to be a problem. She's going to be so boiling inside, you know. But she dealt with me professionally. She was calm, she was collected, she didn't make any mistakes or errors. She didn't go into the back room to collect herself before she came and dealt with me. She just moved from a difficult situation to an ordinary one in a professional manner. So, what was professional about that? Well, it seems to me that the things that were professional were that she was cool, she was objective, but she was still passionate about doing that job properly, doing the work. And this is one of the conundrums, you know, in professional life. It's trying to balance the passion for the actual job with that objectivity and the coolness that you would expect of a professional, particularly a professional under pressure. So you don't want your brain surgeon to be thinking about other things when they're working on your brain. You want them totally focused on the job at hand. But when things go wrong, you want that professional to be cool. You want your airline pilot to be cool under pressure. You want them to know exactly what's going on. They've got to be competent, they've got to be knowledgeable, but their behaviour has to be one of cool detachment. So they're balancing that passion for what they're doing and the pressure of the situation with the realities that being a professional gets work done in a really equality way, rather than in a way that distresses everybody, if you know what I mean. So let's look at other situations. Can somebody who's serving you in Woolies be a professional? Well, yes, of course they can. I mean, they're in to do a good job, so that's what their pay relies on, but they're there to try and keep the situation calm, to deal with problems that come up in a professional and objective manner, but they've got to be personable, and they've got to be just professional. We all know kind of what that means intuitively, I think. So let me turn back to where I started, which was to talk about professionalism in the information industries. Now, we have a great responsibility in the information industries because we build systems and technologies that affect a lot of people. So one of our prime professional requirements is that we take into account the nature of all of the stakeholders who will be affected by our work. We can't just knock up a little system which is great for management but which destroys the working life of people in an organisation or customers or the society at large. We can't do that. And this is another aspect of professionalism that's particularly important for us. It's that we've got to take into account all of the stakeholders who may be affected by the actions we take. So I'd like to leave it there, I think.